Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Rossi, and today we are going to be making a daydreaming self-portrait. So I already posted on our Canvas page a worksheet that kind of shows you all the different steps, but today I'm also going to do a little video demonstration, just as if we were in class and we were sitting at the table together. So I'm going to show you guys all the different steps as I make my own down here. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my pencil, and after I put my name on my paper, I am going to draw the top of my head at the bottom of my page. So I'm just making a big upside down U shape, or like a big frown, and I'm making sure both ends are touching the edge of my paper. This is going to act as the top of my head, and I'm going to be looking up. Up here I will leave a lot of space because that's where I want to put my big thought bubble. So I'm actually going to add that next by drawing a couple little cloud shapes. I might do a small one that gets a little bigger, and then a nice big one all the way at the top. It's okay if your cloud goes off the edge of your paper if you run out of room, or if you want it extra big and it's just coming down from the top, that's okay. The next thing I'm going to do is at the top of my head, you're going to be able to see your hair, and you're going to be able to see everything from about your eyes up on your face. So this is going to be a self-portrait. I want it to look like myself. If you guys remember what I look like, I have bangs coming down from the top of my head, so I'm going to draw those in first. Let's see. That looks good. I might go in and make some of these a little pointier. So that's why it's important to draw lightly in pencil to sketch out your ideas first, so you can erase if you make any mistakes or you want to change anything. That looks fine. I have kind of curly wavy hair, so I'm going to draw that coming down from the top of my head, and now yours is going to look different because you want to be drawing yourself. So at the bottom of our sample page that I made, I showed a bunch of different ideas for the top of your head, for different hairdos, for different eyes and things that you can add. So you can pick one of those, you can draw your own. I think at this point I'm going to erase the line that I drew for my head because I don't think you're going to be able to see that through my hair. So I'm going to erase that all the way down. So now just my hair is visible. And it's okay if you can still see your pencil lines because we're going to color that when we're done. There we go. Perfect. So now I have my wavy hair, I have my bangs, and I can start drawing my eyes. So maybe I'm going to start with my eyebrows. So I'll do eyebrows there. Maybe I want one like raised, like I'm looking up. You can't really see them through the bangs, but we'll arc one up and we'll keep one mostly flat and normal looking. That looks good. And then I'm going to draw my eyes right below them. Maybe I want to do just regular ovally shaped eyes. So I'm doing like a big frown line, kind of like the same shape we did to draw our head. And I'll do one of those on both sides. And then I'm going to do a smile line underneath. And then I can fix it to make it more even on both sides. That looks pretty good. So now I have my eye shape. I gotta add some eyeballs in there too. I want my eyes looking up. You can have yours looking to the side, that way, up, down, wherever you want. I think it looks best if they're looking up. I'm gonna do a partial circle in the middle, and that's gonna be the colored part of my eye, or my iris. And then I'm gonna do a big pupil, or the black part of my eye, right there. I'm putting it so it is touching the top line of my eye shape that I drew to show that I'm looking up. And maybe I want that little white reflection or highlight in my eye, so I'm going to leave a little circle there for that. So now I have my eyes. Maybe I want to add eyelashes. If you have glasses, you can add some glasses. If you want one eye closed and one eye opened, you can do that. Also, it's up to you, however you want to do it. Now I'm going to move up towards the top of my paper, and I'm going to start to add any kind of thoughts. So inside your daydreaming thought bubble, you can add whatever you'd like. Maybe it's what you're thinking about right now. Maybe you're thinking about wanting to go back to school, wanting to see your friends, so maybe you can draw you and your friends in your thought bubble. Maybe you're already thinking about how much fun the summer is going to be, so you can draw like a summer scene. Maybe you're thinking about a movie that you saw recently, so you could draw your movie characters. It can really be anything. You can do one big scene as your thought, or you can do a bunch of little items to show different thoughts that you're thinking about at the same time. So on my paper, I drew like music notes, a little beach scene for the summer. I had an umbrella with some sand, I had an ice cream cone, a sun. So you can do different things like that, or you can do one big scene. So inside my thought bubble, I think I'm going to draw things that I've been thinking about right now. So I've been doing a lot of cooking, so I think I'm going to draw some different foods. So this past week I made homemade pizza, so I'm going to draw a little slice of pizza. And then maybe I'll draw an ice cream cone. Maybe I'll put a cherry on top. I've been spending a lot of time with my dog, so I'm going to draw a little dog here. Give him some big floppy ears. Give him a nice nose. And we'll do some big eyes. I think we drew the same kind of dog last year in 2nd grade when we did our Romero Burrito project. And he needs a tail. I also have a cat, so it wouldn't be fair to draw my dog and not draw my cat, because she has also been spending a lot of time with me. Maybe I'll put her over here. And let's see, she has pointy ears. Bring her face down. Let's give her some legs too. And a tail. And let's see, maybe she has a triangle nose. She has whiskers. And we'll do 2 little eyes with eyelashes. There she is. That looks good. I've been listening to a lot of music, and I have been talking to Mrs. Dorr a lot, so I'm going to draw some music notes in here as well. And let's see, I've been watching a lot of TV, so why don't I draw a TV in the back? I've been watching a lot of Netflix, so I'll just write Netflix in it. There we go, put some buttons. I've been making a lot of art, so let's draw some different art supplies. So I did a pencil drawing recently. I'm going to draw a pencil. Now I know I'm using a lead pencil and this is a wooden pencil, but I feel like this kind of pencil always looks more like a pencil when you draw it. And maybe like a paintbrush. And I can draw a painter's palette too. Draw some paint falling off of there. And I can put a palette of all the different colors right here. That looks good. Perfect. So now I have all of my thoughts up at the top. I have my self-portrait down at the bottom. And it looks like I'm ready to start tracing and painting. So for yours, you might not have all these different art supplies at home, so you can draw yours in pencil, trace it in maybe a dark colored crayon or colored pencil so you can see it a little bit better. You can trace it in a marker. I'm going to trace mine in a Sharpie like we normally do at school. If you don't have a Sharpie though, that's okay. Use whatever you have. We just want to outline over the top of what we already drew, so it's going to be a little bit easier for us to see once we start to color it in. And like I said, once we color it in, you can use, again, your favorite art supplies, whatever you have available. I know I'm not going directly over the top of my pencil lines, and that's okay, because I'm going to go and erase anywhere that I missed once I am finished tracing. And on some of my portraits that I added on our ideas sheet, I did add a couple little lines to show that maybe there is your nose that's visible. You don't have to do that, but if you want to add a line that shows like the top part of your nose, you can do a little line going down towards the edge of your page to indicate that your nose is there, it's just getting cut off. You can't see it the whole way. All right, there we go. So everything is traced. So I'm going to grab a big eraser and start to erase everything. Okay, so now I went in and I erased all of my pencil lines and I am ready to start coloring. So I have my big box of 96 crayons here that I'm going to use to color in my face. All right, there it is. I colored in my self-portrait at the bottom so it looks like me, and I colored in all of my little thoughts that I have in my daydream thought bubble at the top. I left my clouds for my thought bubble white because I'm going to paint the background. If you don't want to do a background, you don't have to, that's totally fine. If you want to color in your clouds a different color, like maybe I would have made them like a light blue or a gray or a light purple, I could have done that. That's totally fine. It's up to you. It's your picture. You can make it look however you would like. So I am going to do a bunch of different colors in like an abstract design in my background. So I have a little watercolor palette here that I can use for my background. If you want to just use crayons, if you want to use markers or colored pencils, whatever you have, that's totally fine. If you don't have watercolors and you want the same effect that you would get if you were using watercolors, I'm going to show you another way that you can do that. The only thing you need is some washable markers, whether those are Crayola or Mr. Sketch. Both of these will work, so you can use those and get kind of like the same type of effect that you would get if you were using watercolor. So you'll just need those markers, a paintbrush, and a little cup of water. So the first thing you're going to do is draw with your markers whatever colors you would like. So I'm going to pick a few colors for my background. Maybe I'll do some pink and some orange, and I'll show you the Mr. Sketch markers also so you can see that they both work. So no matter what you have at home, you can still make your own watercolors. So I'm going to use these to kind of color in my background with whatever kind of design I want. So I'm just going to go and fill in different areas with my markers so I can maybe get like a tie-dye effect. I'm just going to use both of these markers together because they're both going to work. Now that I covered my whole background with colors, I did leave a little bit of white space because, like I said, I'm going to turn this marker into like a type of watercolor paint. So I know my colors are going to start to spread out, they're going to blend a little bit. So I left some space for that to happen. I'm going to take a pretty big brush and I have a cup of water here. So I'm just going to use my water right on top of my markers, and my colors are going to start to blend together and fill in my white space. Alright, and that is going to be my finished daydreaming self-portrait. I hope to see you all soon. Have fun and get creative. Bye!